In this one, I'm going to be showing you how to make a little creature thing that wanders around on your screen here, well, by your control, and picks up these little golden squares or circles or whatever we do. So, first thing to do is, if I want to use the creature, I'm going to have to be able to draw it. So, the first thing I'm going to do is make a new bitmap, like so, equals, let's see, new bitmap, and then, in fact, I'm not going to define it there. I'm just going to go bitmap, and we'll call it BTM, or creature. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in the screen here so you guys can see. And there we go. And then in here, creature is equal to new bitmap. And let's see, we don't want an image, we need to take it from a file. So I have it saved at a certain place in my computer, so I just go ahead and for file places you have to put the little @ sign, like so. And so that way you can put this // in, so that actually it's a backslash, the backslash in, so you can do actual file location. And that way it doesn't cause any problems when it tries to parse the string. So, and this is in my pictures on the C drive, and then it's called cred, short for creature, PNG. Alright, now we probably want to see what that looks like. So I'm going to do another graphics thing and we'll draw it out and so you guys can just see what it looks like. So graphics G, and then G is equal to new graphics. Actually, create this dot create graphics. It will be doing it graphics from image later, but I'm not going to do that yet. So that's what I was going to do, and I was like, oh wait, probably not a good idea yet. So and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add a button here, so we can just draw it when we click the button. See, grab this, there we go. And then we'll also need a rectangle. Angle, area, whatever. Alright. And then area equals new rectangle, and we'll put it position 50 on the X, 50 on the Y, and we'll make it a width of 100 and 100. Get big enough so you guys can see it well. And then in button one click, we'll g.draw image, and then the image we want to draw is of course creature, and then we draw it at area, like so. So I'm going to go ahead and run this, and you'll be able to see that. Bam, and there it is. Alright, so now we got it to the screen, but we want it to be able to wander around. So we're going to have to be able to accept input from keys. So we click this form, and we go over here to properties, and click that little lightning events thing, bolt there. And let's see, we're looking for key down and key up. Oh, right here we go, key down. Another one we need to add is key up, so we know when it's being held. And then we're going to add a couple boolean variables, so bool right, bool left, and of course these are for directions, bool up, and bool down. And then let's see. Now this draw, where we draw it, if you notice when we draw it, there's a white box slightly noticeable around this, and that's because it's not transparent image there. So what we need to do is go creature, and this is probably, well, it's fairly important, but it's fairly simple too. Dot make transparent, and then we specify the color, which is color not collections, which is color dot white, and I'm pretty positive it was white when I made the picture. So now let's test that again and see if we can look at that. As you see, the box is gone, and the box wasn't real obvious, probably to you. So if we take this out of here, and I'll change the background color, and then you'll be able to see what color it was before. So background color, it's right up here. It was control, but we want it like something black, right? You draw it, you can see this white box. Now we're going to go ahead and put this back, and there we go, no white box. So it'll look better that way. Now on the key down, we go if, and the if statements are to tell which key is being pressed. Okay, so if e dot key code is equal to keys dot, let's see, keycode dot no, okay, is equal to, and if I'm correct, let's see, it's a keycode dot toString. Actually, I can do it this way, and that's probably the better way, because then you can actually see what it's what you've got. So do that, and we're going to go ahead and go with WASD as our type, and I believe this can be either capitalized or not capitalized, so I don't think that matters. It may, and if it does, then I'll change it. But okay, so what we're gonna do now is just copy these. Whoops. Copy, and then look, got 4 of them. Now that we have 4, we're just gonna change these to W, and then A, and then S, and then of course D. Alright, so if it's W, bool, actually we don't need up, is equal to true, like so. And if it's A, then that would be left, is equal to true, etc, etc, etc. So and S would be down, true. And then the next one being, of course, right, true. And then what we do is you just copy this, copy, and then paste it here, because this is quicker. Then we just change this all to false, like so. Usually it does an autofill on that. Apologize for that. Alright, move those back, and then, false, yeah. Okay, it's FA that you need to do. Oh no, it selected it that time. Alright, so these set it true and false. Next part we need is a timer. So we add timer T. Then down here we do all the properties for it. So T dot interval is equal to, and we'll just do interval, well, 10. Try to make it as smooth as possible. T dot, well, we don't want to start it yet. Anyways, T dot, and then it's actually dot tick, I think. Yes, tick, plus equals, and then we just hit tab twice, and it creates that for us, and then we can go, and we'll replace this part with T dot start, so that's lets us start. So T dot start, like so. Alright, so basically what we have so far is we have it set up so we have an image that loads the creature and an area where to first draw it, and then we have a timer set up, and the timer is going to continually draw it based on what we click on these keys here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is have a main image. So instead of having the creature bitmap, we're going to just go bitmap background, and you really don't really need this, like, because you can just draw it to the screen, but this is a lot better because you don't have to redraw and get rid of the old graphics. So background, and then that's just gonna be okay, so background is gonna be equal to background to new bitmap, so we're giving ourselves a blank bitmap, so basically a canvas to draw on, and then this dot width by this dot height, and I think that'll do it. Now we need to create a new graphics class to draw to it. So let's go graphics, and SCG, and that's screen graphics, so that's how I do it, but you don't have to. And we'll do SCG is equal to graphics dot from image, and then put background in there. That way it knows which image to draw it to. So yeah. So alright. Next part is to get it drawing and placing in the right correct areas. So first thing to do is to tell it where to go. Like for instance, if you hold down the W key, it may make this true, up being true, but it doesn't actually move it up unless we tell it to. So if up, and we just have to leave it like that. We don't have to say equal to true, because that's given if you have just a statement like this. What this if statement is doing is checking whether this part in here is true. So like for instance, if you have a number is greater than something else, it checks to see if it's true. So if we're dealing with Boolean stuff, we just have to leave it as the name, and it'll check whether it's true or not. And then we can go ahead and add in all the other ones here, such as left, copy, of course paste, down, copy. And I'm just doing Control C, Control V to do this. Of course you can't see that. So and then we got to change the rectangle where it draws. So if up is there, then for every tick, which is it's doing every 10 milliseconds, we want to move how many pixels is basically what we got to figure out. So area is where we're drawing it, this little thing. So area, if we're going up, we are subtracting from the Y value, so it's getting closer to the top of the screen. So area dot Y minus equals, and minus equals, basically what it does is it's the same as saying area dot Y is equal to area dot Y minus, and then whatever number you want. So that's same thing as just doing, if you do minus equals, is the same thing. And we don't have to have the negative there. It subtracts it. And plus equals would add whatever number you have here. Alright, so that's going to move it upwards. And we can do increment of 3. You know, because that's alright. It's going to be a little bit slow, I think. But we can play around with it. Now left is going to move it towards negative along the x-axis. So we're going to just put x in there. And then down is going to move it positive along the y-axis. So we just put a positive sign there. And then right, we have to x here and a positive sign there. And I think that's good. And then we got to tell it to draw. Now I put this background image in so that we don't have to be redrawing behind it to get rid of the part that has been already drawn. And I'll show you that. I'll just draw it to the screen real quick here. G.draw image creature and then area. And then you'll see how that all works. And you'll understand the reason why I want to draw it to an image and then draw that image to the screen instead of the other way around. Oh wait. Oops. Totally forgot that part. Alright. So first thing we need to do is T is equal to new timer. Of course. I can't believe I forgot that. Alright. That was embarrassing. So as you can see, there's nothing yet. We can't really change anything. But as soon as we start this timer, we go like this. Oh wait. Did I? Let's look at this. I'm obviously did something wrong. And you know what? I'm gonna try something. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it's that button. Okay, so something just to help you understand why that caused a problem for us. It's pretty simple, but I just hadn't thought about it because when I did this previously, I didn't have a button in there, of course, because what happens is the button holds the focus of your mouse. So really, the one that was getting the key down events sent to it was a button, not the form, and we have it for form here. So just keep that in mind. If you have a separate control in there, you'd have to find a way to focus the form before doing that. And really, just when you make a game, make everything from scratch. Don't just drop buttons in there unless you're on like a main screen. But the part that you're drawing, the game, you want it to be, you don't want it to be affected by the button being there, because that can cause a lot of problems. So just keep that in mind. Here we go, just a second. Okay, and this is, we're going left, so this is key.s, and then this one's keys dot, let's see, down, D, enter, oh wait, no, S. I'm off by one there. A, S, D, there we go. And then we're just going to copy this over like we did before, except what I'm going to do is, and if you hit Alt, you can select a certain section without selecting the whole line. So just do that. Oh, frick, what did I do? Okay. For every line, oh, that's what it is. For every line, it's going to do that. So, number 2, get out of Alt, click somewhere else, and then do this. And then what you're going to do, and maybe I'm doing this probably the long way around, but what I'm going to do here, and it is the long way around, but it's kind of cool, just if you do Alt and you Control X, select this whole, do Alt again, select this whole area, Control V, and boom, it's in there. So some things that'll save you time, I don't know if I actually saved myself time there. So now that we have that all going, let's go ahead and try this out. And as I was saying before, that you'll see why we need to draw it to a bitmap and then draw the bitmap to the screen instead of just drawing directly to the screen. Now let me add timer.start now that that button's gone. Alright, so it's there. Check that out. Now this of course is working. It's not drawing multiple ones, and the reason that that's happening, that it's not drawing a bunch of them like end on end, is because of, I think it's the, where's the, I'm pretty positive at least, it's because I changed the background color, and if I'm correct that will refresh this thing, but that is a little bit confusing because, oh that's 4 color, yeah, alright, so just give me a second. Yeah, see, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. So, of course, it didn't show up in the background color because the background color was black, and this is black. So, it looked like everything was fine, but I suppose you can do it that way. It's not really professional just to have a background color that, and it won't work if you want to use more than that color for the border, or have this move at a faster pace than like 3 pixels per every 10 milliseconds or whatever. Because what happens is that, in fact, I'll increase the speed, and we'll just do increase the speed for one of the places, like, for instance, going down, and we'll increase it like 30. Now take a look at it again. Check that out. So, as you see, every instance that it drew it, it moved 30 pixels, and that 30 pixels of distance left this here. So if you want to change the speed which is drawing, it's not going to work just to have a black background. So what we're going to do to solve this is change this to G, let's see, what was it? It was SCG. So it's going to draw to that, and then after everything, then it's going to go SCG dot clear, and then we're going to clear it for a color, clear that whole bitmap as a new color. Actually, in fact, I think I don't even have to do new color dot from ARBG, and then we're just going to put 0 all the way through. And what that does is this 0 is for, and put in the closing parentheses, this 0 for transparency. So it goes between 0 and 255, which is the byte range, and these are for the color. Now you can just do color dot and whatever base color you want, black or whatever. But if this is 0, it's not going to change anything, so it doesn't matter over here. And 255 would be the most opaque, so just keep that in mind. Alright, and then what we're going to do, so we have this draw in the image, but we need to also we also need to draw this image to the screen, and this image that we're drawing it to is called background. So we're going to go ahead and go, let's see, and this is the screen graphics, g.draw image, and then background, and then new point, and in fact, did I think I did. Oh, it's just the right size, okay. And, oops, what did I do there? Right, and then new point, and that point is going to be 0, 0, which is the top of the screen, which means it should cover the whole screen. So let's go ahead and hit this. So, now that we have that done, uh-oh, I still got, okay. Sorry about this. I didn't clear the graphics for this one. So basically what we're going to have to do is then go g.clear. And then we'll just grab this here, Control copy, V, there we go. Okay, so now that's cleared. And let me change one more thing back, which is this. Oh, that timer doesn't. Alright. Give me a second here. Well, I suppose. Let's look at this. Yeah, it's gonna have a problem with that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here instead is just draw a square, because if we keep clearing that every 10 seconds, it's gonna blink. So g.draw, or actually fill rectangle, and we'll make it brushes dot black, and then let's see, and then fact. Let's see, new rectangle, 0, 0, 0. Then just we'll do it by 100 and 100 just to make it quick. And we'll do that before it so it doesn't problems. Now it's still blinking. See, that's one thing which is a little bit problematic. And just give me a second here. Let's make this larger, do like 300. And okay, I know what it is. That's pretty simple. So basically, we're clearing stuff in the same interval area. So if I move this to a method, public void draw, in fact, bitmap draw, and then return background, and then inside of this we'll just draw the rest of it. So okay, we'll move this in. This SCG goes to the screen. Oh. Oh, isn't that obvious? Okay, I actually know what I did. I'll move this in. This is the problem right here, is I can't clear the screen graphics specifically to that. So, but I need to get rid of the stuff in there. So what we're gonna do is just Don't like doing it this way, but draw a rectangle. And here's the problem. Everything else will do perfectly fine, but if I'm not drawing everything else in the image, then we have to actually draw a background of the image. So earlier I had done a whole tile system in one of the games that I was kind of working on for fun, and so it drew everything to this image. But now that we're drawing it to the screen, we're going to have to clear the screen somehow. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just, we're going to use up this whole, in fact, I don't know, I'm going to just do a quick test here, see if that works. Okay, that works as that color, but what about color dot, like say red? Because I think that might do it, in fact. Yeah, oh there we go, okay. I was going to be like, uh-oh, this is bad. But check that out. So basically, I'll explain the problem that I ran into, and I really should have thought this through beforehand, but I figured it'd be simple, and I just didn't think about the way I'd done it before. And basically, what's happening is the only place that you want to use your screen draw is here. That way, when it actually draws your image, it's final, it's not changing. So if you start drawing over top of this thing, you're going to be drawing over your already drawn piece, and so that the next, I mean, it's going to interrupt your, basically your frames, even though they're not really frames, but basically that's what's going to happen. It's going to draw over this, and it's going to go away, and it's going to come back after this method's completed. So that's the problem. Alright, so now we got a guy moving around, and I'm going to change this to like dark green or dark blue. That works, because I want a little bit different look. And then what we're going to do is let's get the little things it's going to pick up done. So the next part is we got to add a bunch of rectangles. So rectangle, let's see, rects is equal to new rectangle, and we'll make it, in fact, I'm not even going to define it up here. I'm going to go ahead and put that down here. So let's see, rectangle, okay, rects is equal to new rectangle, angle, and then these, and then we're going to do 10 of them. And then what we're going to go ahead and do, yes, of course, is add, oh, what did I do? Oh, duh. Okay. Alright, now we're going to add a method, and we'll put it right over here. What this is going to do is basically, in fact, I'm going to go ahead and add, okay, let's see, rectangle. I'm going to go ahead and add the things in here. They're going to be drawn in here, the little squares, but I'm going to create them over here. So make rects, or whatever, it doesn't matter what it's called. And then actually return rects, and then for int I while I is less than, actually is equal to 0 while I is less than rects dot length I plus plus. So we're going to cycle through all of them, all the rectangles, and then rects I, beginning with the first one, going to the last one, is equal to new rectangle. And then we need a random class, so random r equals new random. Perfect. No C, just leave that open. And then r.next, and what this is going to be is between the values of 0 and this dot width, and then the y is going to be between 0 and between r.next, it's going to be between 0 and then this dot height, and that's the form height, and then the width is going to be 10 and 10. There we go. So we generate all these rectangles, and then we go over here and we go scg dot draw rectangles. In fact, probably fill rectangles. I prefer that. Fill rectangles. And then the brush is going to be brushes dot gold. And then make rect. Here we go. So it's going to draw all of those. And in fact, this should be, I'm going to move this out to here so that, in fact, rect is going to equal to, we'll do rectangle final, and then final is equal to make rect. The reason I'm doing that is so we can separate these two out. And in fact, you know what? As long as we call make rect, because I do use that same variable, I don't actually have to return it as a value. So what we're going to just do is go boop, and we don't need that. So get rid of this too. And then we can just use rects in there, as long as it's called before. There we go. Now that should draw them out. Let's see if I did something. Oh yeah, gotta draw them before it clears the graphics. I mean after, not before. It was before, and that was a problem. Alright, so you see they're drawn. We can exit out, start again. They're in different places, etc. Because this random, this R here, this random is randomly generating position for it between the top and the bottom of the screen and between the right and the left. So next part is when he moves around. When the little guy moves around, we want him to pick these things up. And so basically what we're going to do then is go on, okay, so where he moves, here we go. We're going to check in this timer if, and we'll actually have to add a counting thing here, so int collected number is equal to 0 right now, and then if, then we're actually going to have to have a for statement here, for int I is equal to 0 while I is less than rect.length I plus plus, and then if area, because that's where the creature is, dot intersects with, and then rects I. Okay, and then inside this if statement, so if they intersect, so if they cross each other, then collected number plus plus, so it increases by 1, and then rects I is equal to null, and that should just get rid of it. And I don't think, in fact, does it allow me? Okay, equals new rectangle, and then we'll just do -100 to get it off the screen. -100, not the best way to do it, but I'm trying to do this quickly so you can get an idea. And then just 1 and 1. And of course quickly doesn't always work. So just keep that in mind when you're coding. Quickly doesn't always work. Alright, and then we're going to have to draw that that number. So we're going to go scg dot and then draw string. And then the string we want is collected number dot toString, and then we want a font, so we're gonna just type in Arial, and then we're gonna do brushes dot, and we'll go ahead and do like just gold again, and then new point F, and then 10. There we go. Like so. Add another closing one here, and I think, wait, what did I do? No, I did something. What does the error say? Oh, straining the font. Okay. New font. Arial. And then font size of 15. Perfect. Done. Go ahead and start this. We're at 0 right now, so let's try to collect all of them. So we head this way and we're like do. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Man, this is fun. This is like amazing. Like 5, 6, 7, and I wonder. I wonder where all 10 of them went. I was wondering if it drew it off the screen, but it didn't, so. Well, that's too sad. Oh, 9, they're around the edges. See, that's the thing with a random thing. You don't know where it's going to put it. Really could put it just about anywhere. Well, we collected 9. I say that's good enough. So that's actually kind of fun. Pretty simple. I don't know. You can continue playing around with it. Make it harder, add enemies or something. So yeah, I guess this is basically it. I'm sorry I was a little bit like patchwork together in part of it, and I think the reason that is pretty simple, and that's because simply because I didn't go through this before. I didn't like make this previously. I'd made something similar previously, and that one is one that I drew tiles, so that automatically did the background instead of having to try and clear it, which was failure. So just keep that in mind. It's easier to draw to one place first until it's all drawn and completed, and then draw it just to the screen instead of having to try to clear the screen. Oh, got all 10 that time. Alright, so that's the end of the movie for now, and please just keep this in mind. I do want your responses, like thumbs up or thumbs down even. If you leave a thumbs down, please leave a comment to go along with it and tell me why. And also, if you have any suggestions, anything you want to see, it's kind of hard for me just to randomly cook up ideas to send you guys and put them up for you guys to see. So just let me know what you want to see. Like anything, just about. I mean, anything that's reasonable. I'm not going to be spending hours and hours coding like a 3D game for you guys. In fact, I've never made a 3D game ever, which I should work on this summer maybe when I have more time. So just tell me what you want to see, and I'll try to do it for you, as long as it's within reason. So yeah, that's it for now. So bye.